according to Armani, we call her by her first name now, she told investigators that she provided Big U with women as long as the women were paid. That representation by a series of intercepted calls from January 2023 when Armani said she was bringing 7 women to Big U, and after which Big U talked to Armani and others about her being upset when they did not get paid right away. According to Armani, she told her women, cash, charge them before you hit. Cash before smash. So apparently when the women was coming around and they was smashing before getting cash, you know, some of them was getting, you feel me, they wasn't getting the full amount and Armani wasn't having it. So that's on wiretap as well, of them having that conversation of why you not paying my girls the right amount. Here's where the story gets a little crazy. So she talked to the investigators. She let them know, yeah, you know, I provided women for Big U. He paid for it, et cetera, et cetera. So she agreed to meet the investigators at a particular time and date. But the investigators told her, hey, bruh, don't tell Big U we talked to you. You got it? So she agreed, right? And her knowing that she's on wiretap, by the way, right? Because the police is showing her and playing her the wiretap of their conversation and saying, yo, own up to it. And that's why she owned up to it. So knowing she's on wiretap and knowing the investigators told her, don't talk to anybody about this. As soon as they left, I'm talking about that day immediately, there's a wiretap conversation of Big U, Armani, and others on the phone where Armani is telling Big U the feds just came by. The document says, however, after they told her, don't talk to Big U, wiretap communication between Big U, her, and others showed that after Armani's interview, she met with Big U and other Big U enterprise associates to discuss her interaction with law enforcement. Those calls started right after the interview with an associate calling Big U, demanding to talk to him immediately about Armani. On that call, Big U made sure that the caller kept Armani where she was at so that Big U could meet up with her about it. The next day, Big U and Armani talked on the phone about what happened yesterday. Armani never met with the investigators after the conversation with Big U, and she stopped cooperating, right? She refused to cooperate any further, which is why she was arrested and picked up in this RICO. Now, according to wiretaps, Big U was talking to another associate, let him know while on the phone, while on a wiretap, that his lawyer told him that he shouldn't be on the phone. So Big U was well aware. I'm talking about like well aware, like what was going on. So he knew they were investigating him ever since late 2022, early 2023. They're also charging Big U with robberies and a string of extortion that stems anywhere from extorting individual citizens, extorting NBA All-Stars, extorting entertainers, and extorting local businesses.
The RICO charges against Mr. Henley and his associates reflect a pattern of crimes that runs a gambit from extortion to robbery to murder to tax fraud and to human trafficking, all under the umbrella of a well-organized criminal organization led by Mr. Henley. Additionally, Mr. Henley duped the County of Los Angeles by running a nonprofit named Developing Options, which was set up to pull youth out of the gang life and promote anti-gang solutions. Yet Mr. Henley continued to personally orchestrate violent gang activity that impact our communities.
It's at this stage in the indictment we get introduced to Loose Cannon's role and Brick Baby's role in this indictment. You see, Loose Cannon and Brick Baby were described as essentially Big U's henchmen, people who were under Big U who committed crimes and robberies on behalf of Big U. And there's several instances that they describe. The first instance would be Big U and Loose Cannon in the dispensary play. So there was a local dispensary paying Big U about $25,000 a month for protection. Now, the dispensary owner got sick and tired of paying it, and he stopped paying it. And when he stopped paying the $25,000 a month, Big U said, oh.
Hey, put this in your ear. I know how you hate going.
The officials now, Big U said, oh, okay, you're not going to play no more? Okay, cool. So in retaliation, on July 5th of 2021, a couple of Big U associates, about a dozen plus, they ran up in a dispensary with guns and armed. Now, strategically, they ran up in a dispensary with no mask on, barefaced, because they wanted the victim one to know that we are Big U guys, and this is because you didn't pay Big U that $25,000. And one of the dudes involved, as you guys see right here, Tremaine Williams, was loose cannon. They took the belongings of the customers, the owners, anybody that was in the dispensary. They robbed you. Like, it don't matter if you were a customer or an employee, you got robbed. They took the marijuana. They took all the cash from the dispensary. They took it all. Now, here's the part of the story that I found almost unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe it. Right? If I didn't already hear the story before, I would think it was impossible. So, during the robbery, apparently one of the assailants contacted Big U, according to authorities. They put the store owner, the dispensary owner, on the phone with Big U on FaceTime, where Big U is letting him know, hey, bro, I try to warn you, man. I told you to keep paying that $25,000. According to officials, now Flacco, I don't want no smoke. I'm just reporting the news, people, all right? So after they robbed him, they put, the dude on FaceTime with Big U, and, Big U essentially said, all right, listen, they taking your stuff to my crib. Come over to my crib, and we can have a conversation about possibly getting some things back, but we got to reinstate our original agreement. So the victim went to Big U's premises, as you guys see right here, and others were there, including loose cannon, according to the victim. Now, Big U told this person, that's how you rob yourself. Then Big U demanded $10,000 from the victim to ensure that other robberies did not occur. Now, according to reports, Big U also directed the victim to identify other businesses or dispensaries that he could similarly rob and assure that the victim.
So, apparently, my man been doing this for a long time, and this been his claim to fame. Word on the street that he was extorting Shaq, and that's why Shawnee and him got messed up, because Shaq, man, look, all these NBA, NFL, the entertainers, man, they young, they got money, they living life, man, straight up. Unless you a straight up square, you don't go nowhere, and and I'm assuming this person, Jadis, what's his name? My man from Philly. He just got married. You don't hear nothing about drama with him, with the women and all that. He keep him a few, girlfriends, and it's tight knit. But he finally got married. So, you know, uh, you know, being young with a lot of money, you're not gonna be faithful. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. You're not gonna be faithful. You're not. You got too many options. You ain't even gotta try. Women come at you. I don't even have no money. I remember before I got married, my second time, I was at a hotel party. I think one of the bands was there, RE or Vibe Band. We was at the Hilton or the Hyatt, the Grand Hyatt, and you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, women, they don't have a lot of choices. At the end of the day, the men dead, they gay, or they locked up. So men that's out here, that's earners and grinders, and they getting it, the legal way. They coming home every night. They home with the kids. They on the streets. Loving on their family every day. The women want guys like that. The women want guys like me, like us. You feel me? So it's like, and I say that with the connotation of when This last party that I went to before I got married, the second time, I wasn't even there an hour, and I had ladies in my face. Don't you want to buy me a drink? I'm like, do I? She was like, yeah, you do. And one young lady put her keys to her hotel room in my hand and say, I see you in an hour. You know, I say, well, suppose I don't want to meet you in an hour. She say, drop my key at the desk. I'll pick it up there and walked off just like that. So this is how easy it is. You know, now I'm in there, I'm looking fly. You know what I'm saying, got my gear on, smoothed out. I probably got my gators on. I'm old school. You feel me? Old school, we dress. We get suited and booted. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and they're smelling good, with the, I wear jute. That's old school. That's a French fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's a French cologne. You know what I'm saying? Fragrance is a term for women. So cologne, let me correct that, right? And yeah, man, it's that easy. It's that easy. Now I was thinking about going, but I didn't because lanes get set up like that. When anything is too easy, you got to be leery of it. If it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. You feel me? You know, I know people done heard stories. I mean, if you out here, you move around, you hear about guys getting set up. You know, soon as you get butt naked, some guys running out the bathroom or busting in the room, you know, stripping you down or going through your pockets with a gun at your head, you know, and the chick is in on it. She hollering and screaming like she don't know the play. All the time she with that. So me being me, I didn't go. But it's a lot of guys that would have went. So yeah, it might have been a good night, but it might not have been a good night. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll be back. All right, I'm coming.